Man, the older I get, the more I realize that you're never going to be able to make everyone happy, right? Like it's literally impossible to make everyone happy. And if you are making everyone happy, everyone you interact with likes you and agrees with your opinions, then you're not being you. You're doing and saying what you think other people want you to do and say in order to avoid any sort of conflict. And I'll tell you right now, that is no way to live. All that's going to do is give you regrets later on in life because you didn't do what you wanted to. You didn't take the risks that you wanted to. You didn't say the things that you genuinely believed because you didn't want to hurt anyone else's feelings or get into a conflict or a disagreement. There is nothing wrong with having an opinion that is different than other people's, right? And I can't stress the importance enough of staying true to who you are and doing and saying what it is you believe in. Even if everyone else disagrees with you, it doesn't matter. That's what leaders do. That's what exceptional people do is they stand up for what they believe in, even if everyone else around them thinks otherwise. So let's talk about this a little bit further. Like trying to make everyone happy is literally impossible. Let's talk about sports teams or politics or even like the food we eat, right? Like you could literally disagree with someone on if plain pizza is better than pepperoni pizza or something. Like something stupid like that. You're never going to agree with everyone on everything. And again, it's a good thing if you have people who disagree with you because that means you're actually doing and saying what it is you believe in rather than kowtowing to everyone else's opinions. That is probably the most miserable thing you could do throughout life is just agree with everyone else, being a yes man because it's easier and you get along with everyone. Fuck that, dude. Be who you are, express the way you feel, say the things you believe, and don't worry about anyone else's opinion. Like, if you go through life doing and saying what everyone else wants you to do and say, you're just going to regret it. You will regret your decisions if you do that. I can't stress the importance enough. And I feel like, listen, I feel like everyone's done this from time to time, right? Whether it's because we didn't want conflicts or sometimes it's just easier in a certain situation to agree with someone or like shake your head yes and move on. And I'm not saying you can never do that. Like there are times, even like when I speak to people for work, right? Like if I'm on the phone with someone and I have to keep things professional, like I've had clients bring up politics, right? And I got to be careful with that, right? Because you know I'm I'm representing the company, so I have to be very careful with what it is I say, and I can't really get too detailed into like politics or anything like that. And that's not the point of this video. I'm not trying to talk politics, but I'm using it as an example that if someone expresses their opinions when it comes to politics, I kind of just, nod or, shake my head and, giggle it off and move on kind of thing. So there's a time and place for expressing your genuine thoughts and opinions. But there's also a time and place where you just kind of, bite your tongue and let things go. So it is important to understand the difference. But I'm talking about just normal everyday life or, when it comes to something that you genuinely believe in and you're passionate about, like don't change your opinion and your thoughts in order to make other people happy or to make other people like you. If someone doesn't like you just based off your opinion on something, then who cares, man? Fuck them. You don't even need to be friends with them. You don't need to be acquainted with them. If they genuinely don't like you simply because of your sports team or your political affiliations or anything along those lines, if they really don't like you because of that, it says a whole hell of a lot more about them than it says about you. So staying true to yourself is the best way to go through life, because at the end of the day, it's you're the only person that's going to be there for you throughout your entire life, right? And this even comes down to like friends and family and stuff like that. Like you only have yourself at the end of the day that you can definitely guarantee on being there for you. So why not do and say the things that you believe? Then you're doing yourself a justice and you're making yourself happy. You're spending all this time and energy trying to say things the correct way and at the correct time in order to make other people happy. Why don't you just make yourself happy and do and say what it is you believe? You know what I mean? That way, number one, you'll be happy at the end of the day. But number two, you don't have to keep up with your stories. You know, maybe I told this person my favorite team was the Giants. And then I told this person my favorite team was the Steelers. And I told this person my favorite food was pizza. And I told this person my favorite food was burgers. I don't know. Like trying to make everyone else happy, inevitably you're going to end up telling lies because sooner or later what you say is not going to be true. So just be true to yourself. It's a lot easier to keep your story straight if you just tell the truth and be who you are, rather than trying to make everyone else happy and saying the things that you believe they want to hear. And if you do that, like, I genuinely feel like you will just be a much happier person because you'll have less stress. You won't be worried about trying to impress others or make friends that really aren't going to be your friends. But again, you'll just sleep better at night knowing that you are doing what's best for you and you're passionate and you're genuine about the things that you believe in. Like, I feel like this is just a no-brainer, man. And again, I know that certain situations don't necessarily call for this. And I will say in the past, I have been guilty of saying and doing things in order to maybe impress others or make others feel like I'm, similar to them and we have similar interests or, whatever the case may be. Like, I've definitely done that. And I think most people are guilty of this at one point or another in their life. But again, the older I get, the more I realize that none of that matters, man. Like, all that matters is being true to yourself, and the rest will fall into place. And people will come into your life, and people will leave from your life. But at the end of the day, being true to who you are is the best way to do it. It causes a lot less stress. You'll be happier, and you'll find the people who genuinely connect with you, who you really are, if you're just real with yourself all the time. Like, think of it like this. If you go out on a date, you go out on a first date and you pretend that, I don't know, you like a certain genre of music because she likes that genre of music. And now you're stuck listening to that music that you don't like just because you wanted a second date. Like, sooner or later, you're going to have to tell her, or she's going to find out that, you don't like that kind of music. So just be yourself and you will naturally connect with people who have similar interests as you. And even if someone doesn't have similar interests as you, they may just find it attractive and be happy with the fact that you know who you are, you know what you like, and you're not afraid to express it. Like, that shows confidence in yourself, and it also shows that you understand who you are and you're happy with it and you're content with it and you're not afraid of it and you're not afraid of letting people know. So I think I'm making this video with the moral of the story being, you can't make everyone happy, so just make yourself happy and everything else will fall into place. And I genuinely believe that, and I've done that myself. I started to just, I know what I like, I know what my interests are, I know what I want in life, and I really started to focus on those things. And then things start to fall into place, and it's happening for me, and it feels good, and I want that for all of you guys as well. So that's it. That's all I really got for you guys today. Just wanted to make this quick video, not too long of a video today. If you like this kind of content, I post all kinds of videos about personal finance, life experiences, just anything I feel like you guys can connect with and relate to, or maybe even learn something from. And I post every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and then on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.